Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. Want to go ahead and share 7 drugstore products that I honestly feel are better than high-end products. The only thing is that the drugstore products are a lot cheaper and more affordable, where the high-end products are so expensive, and the fact that these perform better, or if not at the same level, is a little shocking to me. So I want to go ahead and share them with you guys, and I did do a part 1 sometime last year, so hopefully I do remember to link it up above. Hopefully I do, I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much. You guys want to go ahead and see what they are, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so the first one's a Sonia Kashuk sponge, and this sponge has been around for a long time now, but when I first heard about it, I didn't want to go ahead and fall into the hype, because when it comes to drugstore sponges, you guys, they're so hard, they feel like a rock, and they don't blend your foundation or concealer that well. So I didn't really want to go ahead and check it out, and y'all can tell it is so soft and squishy, and the fact that it's so big, it makes it easy to like blend out your foundation really quickly. But it's only $7 compared to the beauty blender, which is $20, so that is a huge price difference right there. So for $7, I do think it's worth it, because I have tried a lot of sponges out there because I'm tired of spending like $18, but for $7, you guys, I think this is worth it, and it's just so nice and just easy to work with. So highly recommend this one. Now moving on to primer, I do have the Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Primer, and this is so funny to me because y'all know I just did my no primer versus primer video, and y'all saw the results, because I spent about $110 on primer for it to not do what I bought it for. I don't know. So I went on the internet and I was looking for a cheap drugstore primer to put on my face, because I like putting something on before foundation. And I saw the Rimmel one, which is good for oily skin. And I used to use this back in the day, but I couldn't remember if I liked it or not. I just rebought it, and y'all, like, let me tell you, I have it on today. It literally controls all the oils on my skin, and it doesn't feel dry at all. It's actually very hydrating. Let me show y'all what it looks like, because it kind of looks like lotion on the skin, if I'm very honest. So this is what it looks like right here, and once you blend it out, it blends out like lotion, and it doesn't leave a white cast or anything like that. But at the same time, it smooths your skin. Like, it just does everything you want in a primer. Because y'all know my Ken & Austin primer that I love dearly, or I used to love, that was $56, and the Versali one was $54. So that is so much money to be spending on primer, and for only $6, this does everything that I want. And it claims to control your shine. It's very pore minimizing. It feels hydrating on the skin, and also smooths your skin. So those are all the claims, and I will say they're not lying at all. So definitely check this out if you have oily skin. Even if you're dry, I still feel like this will work on your skin. But if you're oily, y'all, like, this is your primer. Okay, so this next one, you guys know I have been talking about this all month, and I do have it on my face today, and it's a Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation right here. This foundation shocked me, because I told you guys I used it last year, and I got the shade Warm Coconut, which was a little bit too orange for me, so I never used it after that video. But something was to go ahead and pick up coconut and see if that works for your skin, and this one is like my perfect match when it comes to foundation. And it's the only foundation I've been using all month, because y'all, like, it's very full coverage. It mattifies my skin. My skin looks so smooth and flawless, and I forget that I'm using a drugstore foundation, because this was only $10.99, and most of my foundations that are high end are like $40, $50. Very expensive. So for it to be only $10, $11 is so crazy to me, because it just does everything a high-end foundation will do. The only thing I will say is it does slightly oxidize on my skin towards the end of the day, but it's not anything crazy. I just noticed it gets a little bit darker. But this foundation is great for oily skin. If you do have dry skin, it may work for you if you do use like a hydrating primer underneath. But for this, y'all, like, when it comes to oily skin, I live by it, because by the end of the day, my skin still looks flawless, and it doesn't break apart or separate or anything crazy like that. So it's my favorite foundation so far. I've been using it all month, and until something comes out better than this, I'm not gonna stop. So this next one I've only been using for about 2 days now, and it's a L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is called their More Than Concealer in the shade Honey. Now let's go ahead and point out the obvious. It does remind me of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. They look very similar, but the only thing I will say is it's not as full coverage as a Tarte Shape Tape, but it still works just as fine. But I love the doe foot applicator, because it makes it easy to apply the concealer underneath the eyes. But this concealer, you guys, when it comes to drugstore, I only love one other concealer, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me, because it's so creamy and hydrating. This one may be a little bit better, because once I apply it on my face and blend it out, it just looks so smooth and flawless. I do have it on today, y'all, but it looks so smooth and flawless, and it feels like a high-end concealer. It feels just as nice when it comes to the quality of the concealer, and I just love this so much. And if you do have oily skin or dry skin, it works either way. It doesn't matter at all. But this concealer, like, Drugstore, I'm really shocked, you guys, because Drugstore has been killing it this year. I actually use a lot more Drugstore than high-end products, which is so crazy because if you do know me, I love high-end products, but Drugstore, y'all, like, I don't know what to say. Okay, so moving on to lash glue. I do have the Kisschip lash adhesive with aloe right here, and this is a clear version. This lash glue, you guys, is funny because I used to use the Huda Beauty glue and the House of Lashes glue, which are really good also, but the prices are a little bit higher. This was only $3, and Aaliyah's face on YouTube used to talk about this all the time, and at first I didn't want to believe her because people used to talk about the dual lash glue and whatnot and how good it was. Y'all, like, I'm not here for it. So I finally went ahead and tried this out, and I was so impressed because it's so sticky. It doesn't come off at all. My lashes, once I put it on, it is not moving at all. So I highly recommend this. Only $3, you guys. It's so good and affordable. Alright, so this next one gets me so excited because y'all have heard me talk about this on my channel like a million times now, but when I tell you this is bomb, it's really, really good. Okay, so this is the Nubian loose highlighter from Juviasplays, and I got it in the shade Nubia. This highlighter, you guys, is so smooth and finely milled. Let me go ahead and show y'all instead of just talking about it, but this is what it looks like. Hopefully I don't spill any out, but I do have the Artist Couture highlighter, which I do have in my collection. I love that highlighter, but it's not as smooth and finely milled as this. This was only $14, which is kind of high, but at the same time, when it comes to Ulta, you can use points, you can use, like, you know, the little coupons, and I probably paid like $8 for it. It is just so creamy and so reflective on the skin. Let me show y'all what it looks like. Like, it literally applies like butter on my skin, and I just love the way it looks because it's so reflective, but it looks natural on the skin. Like, it doesn't look too highlighty, because y'all know what I mean when people apply a lot of highlighter. It doesn't do that. It just gives like a nice little glow on the skin. But I love this so much. I've told so many people about it, and every single person who has bought this loves it just as much as me. So for $14, like, Juviasplays, like, Drugstore, I'm telling you. Alright, so last but not least is the Morphe liquid lipstick right here, and their regular lipstick. I want to talk about the regular lipstick first because this reminds me of the MAC lipsticks. They're so creamy and pigmented like the MAC ones, and let me show you guys what it looks like. And this is in the shade Tempt, but it is just so creamy and hydrated on the skin, and it reminds me of the shade Verve. If you guys know that shade Verve, I think that's what it's called. This is very similar to that, but look how pigmented and creamy this is. And I think this was about $8 to $10. Y'all know I suck at remembering prices, but it was so affordable. And the next one is your liquid lipstick. This also is very creamy and hydrated on the lips. What I love about their liquid lipsticks is they're not drying whatsoever. Like, you don't need a chapstick or anything like that. It is just very hydrated on the lips, but it also dries very matte. And this is what it looks like. This is a shade, let's see, True Story. Such a pretty color. But look at how pigmented that is, you guys. Like, Morphe kills it when it comes to some of their products. I love their lip products. I love their brushes. I haven't tried a lot of their other stuff, and I also love their eyeshadows. But I honestly recommend these because they're very nice quality, and they last all day on the lips, and they have so many colors to pick from. So Morphe, shout out to you because these are bomb. So this video went by really, really quickly, and I do hope you guys enjoyed it because when it comes to Drugstore, I get so excited just because you're saving a lot of money, and they do have good quality products in here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe on your way out. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.